time to make a malt liquor video. Oaktown Hellbilly back again with another one. Back again with another by King Cobra Premium Malt Liquor straight off the dangerous streets of Stockton, California. In order for me to bring you this high quality, authentic malt liquor entertainment production tonight. Final Hall of Malt Liquor, ladies and gentlemen. Final Hall of Malt Liquor. King Cobra Malt Liquor, label out. Delicious. Delicious. Shout out to Luke Bag, Larry. Standing. Do that in a moment. I know it's been a while since I cammed up, you know. Haven't really had much to talk about. Haven't picked up that much vinyl lately. But I did pick this up over the course of the last couple of weeks. So here it goes. We'll get into that momentarily. But first and foremost, a few shout-outs to 209 J. Jones, Malt Liquor referee, of course. Falstaff, of course, who put out a masterpiece 2 days ago. Go over to Falstaff's channel, check it out. Out fucking standing Malt Liquor video as usual, as always. And 209 J. Jones put one out yesterday. I think actually this morning. I have to watch it today. While this is uploading, I'll be watching it. Malt Liquor. Last weekend I was out of the country because I'm a fucking world traveler. I've seen most of the world anyway. Most of the world's a fucking shithole. Count on it, Malt Liquor. Shout out to Lone Wolf 420, pro wrestling guy. Cause of 25, Loot Bag Larry, Rock Bottom 559. Malt Liquor Video, Rock Bottom 559, time 2, or I'm unsubscribing. Malt Liquor Video, Brown Bag, time 2, or I'm unsubscribing. I'll set the tone. Had to get a fucking new phone the other day. The fuck? Alright, here we go. The battery on the other one was done. I had it about 5 years, and it was just done. I wasn't getting too much time out of the battery. It's like I've had enough of this bullshit. So I went and got a new one Thursday. Malt Liquor. Alright, first up. From the town. Oakland. This Oakland brand hardcore. The fucking Powerhouse crew. Powerhouse. The new fucking LP that came out. I put this out. I've listened to it a couple times already through and through. And I got it from, where the fuck did I get it from? I think it was pitchfork.com. They had it, and it's in this beautiful, it's got a gatefold and shit. It's pretty fucking badass. Let's get into it here. That beautiful fucking delicious crimson vinyl. Powerhouse Renegades. I put this on, if you close your eyes, it's almost like it's 1999 again, you know? It has that late 90s sound to it. And it's like these guys haven't fucking lost a beat, you know, since then. Powerhouse, OBHC, Renegades, Oakland Brand Hardcore, out fucking standing album. And I know Scumbag Supreme, if you get when you get a chance, get this, you know, downloaded or whatever. It's available for download, but if you can purchase it on, you know, on vinyl, go ahead and do that. Outstanding. Powerhouse Renegades. Handle that town business right there. Malt Liquor from Oakland. Malt Liquor. I gotta tell you, that King Cobra Premium Malt Liquor, absolutely refreshing and fucking delicious. Union made, brewed and packaged by unionized fucking professionals, and probably shipped by unionized professionals too. Malt Liquor. Support your local cut rate, pick up a 40-ounce Malt Liquor. Do it. Up next, Slayer, Rain and Blood. a 2022 repress. It just got repressed. I saw this on Instagram. The band had posted a link to it. I can't remember what the exact website was that I got it, but there's plenty of copies out there. If you look on Discogs, you'll be able to find one. But this is probably one of their best albums, of course. You know, South of Heaven. I still have to get that one. We'll get to it. We do what we got to do around here. Slayer, Rain and Blood, 1986. Great heavy metal album. Shout out to HellToupee80 and Scumbag Supreme and Lootbag Larry. I'm gonna attempt to build a metal collection. You know, I'm mostly punk rock, but you know, there's some metal that catches my ear that I love quite a bit. Pantera, you know, that might be, oh, Mr. Mid, that's new metal, whatever. It fucking sounds good. It gets thrown on the fucking turntable, gets spun around and listened to. That's the way it goes. Agnostic Front, Something's Gotta Give, 1998. Is this the one produced by Lars? No, that was 99. Right, Upstart. But this is the first album that the band had put out in, first new material anyway, over shit like 10, 12 years. They did live at CBGB, that came out in 92 or 91, but the recording was from 89, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I don't really know. They had 2 live at CBGB albums, one from 2005 or 4, and the other one was from the late 80s, early 90s. But Something's Gotta Give. This is a great album. This is a great way to come back on it. It has a lot of punk influence in it, but you can hear that hardcore in there. But they weren't doing what a lot of the New York hardcore bands of the late 1990s, mid-90s, from 94 to 99 were doing. They kind of did their own thing. It has more of a punk rock sound to it, but either way, it's great. There is not a bad song on here. Every fucking one is a banger. And this is an OG copy right here. I know on GarageLand, they just fucking repressed. This is like the first of the Epitaph years, I call it. Something's Gotta Give, Riot, Upstart, and Dead Yuppies, which I have right here. You know, this was all like Epitaph Records and shit, right? So it had its own sound, and I'm sure it sold a lot. You know, but it was vastly different from the early stuff, and it was vastly different from what the rest of New York hardcore was doing at the time. Malt liquor. You know, you listen to this stuff, they're not exactly singing about fucking falling in love, you know? My favorite era of AF is probably the early 80s, the late 90s, early 2000s, you know? And then I'd say of late, the last 10 years or so. They got a couple in there. Warriors, I didn't care for too much. It's on my Discogs list. I'm gonna get it because I love the band. I'm gonna collect the whole fucking discography, everything I get my hands on. An original pressing of the United Blood EP is, if you can find one in great condition, it's like $5,000. I'm not fucking paying that, but you know, that's what's out there with that. I was able to get Victim in Pain. It cost me $79, but it was worth every penny. You know, it goes towards Roger's medical bills. He's got fucking cancer. He's in remission right now. Fuck cancer. Malt liquor. Up next, US Bombs. Road Case. This came out in 2018, I think. Hold on. Yeah, 2018 on Slope Records. And I saw I did not get the opportunity to see the US Bombs. You know, as people say, quote unquote, the better era, whatever. This is still a great era. I did get to see them in 2019 in Sacramento. And that was a great night. It was a great show. The place was packed to the gills. It was fucking awesome. Dwayne still got it. I mean, he's 59 years old now, but he can still do it, no problem. I'm hoping that they can maybe get back together, put their differences aside, and put out one more great album. The songwriting is incredible. This is, you know, it's more of a 77 style punk rock, which I love, obviously, but there's not a bad one on here, with the exception of maybe Barracuda Baby, but everything else, you know, is pretty rocking. And Barracuda Baby is not a bad song. I'd say it's just not like a great one. It's kind of mediocre at best. US Bombs, Road Case. Malt liquor. Let's go, Dwayne. Get the fucking band back together and get it right. Malt liquor. Shout out to the legendary Huffy72, Rochi 420, Pro Weed 420, Machiavelli 420, that 420 crew from England, Gambino 81, everybody over there holding it down. You know, I know Huffy72, he did some, he spun some fucking vinyl was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend. It was fucking great. As usual, Florida 32 ounce vinyl haul and Mulligan video time too, Mulligan. Huffy72 vinyl showcase Mulligan video time too. All right, last but not least, of course, Sex Pistols, the original recordings. This is a fucking a double LP, a double album. It has 20 songs on it. Essentially the Kiss This album that was put out on Virgin Records from 1992. That is also on my Discogs want list. That's rare and it's expensive. But this is essentially that album minus the Sid Vicious stuff, so it doesn't have My Way on it. But you know, all the staples are here. The entire, never mind the bollocks, here's the Sex Pistols album and all the singles. Satellite, Did You Know Wrong, Submission, you know, and of course the staples are on here. The original recording, so I don't entirely know if this has been remastered or whatever, and it's on translucent yellow vinyl. So this, as soon as this masterpiece is over with, while it's uploading, this is going to get tore open and listened to. You know, we're going to get into some Sex Pistols. We're going to get into some Slayer. We're going to get into some Agnostic Front. We're going to get into some U.S. Bombs later on tonight. All of it. It's going to be a long night of malt liquor and punk rock. Sex Pistols, the original recordings, and I got that down at 1234 Go Records in Oakland, California. I ordered it off their Discogs page, and it arrived in the mail the other day. I can't wait to listen to it all week. We're almost at the swill anyway. I'll talk about, you know, I guess the vinyl community. You know, some people, they get mad about certain things, or they don't like the way you talk or whatever. Go fuck yourself. You know, and there's a perception of people that collect vinyl records as like a snobby bunch of assholes. That's not true. That is not the case at all. There are some people like that, like every fucking where else, no doubt. But every time I go to a record store, I try to get into a conversation with somebody, talk to people about, you know, what they're into or what they're getting into that day. And you never know. I found out about a lot of good music through this shit, you know. My Morning Jacket is one. Obviously some jazz records that I have. Miles Davis Kind of Blue is another one. And Endless. I mean, you know, I know about punk rock and shit, you know, whatever, but there's a lot of other stuff out there. I'm not just limited to that. You know, I like metal, I like punk, I like hardcore, I like, you know, hip hop and gangster rap, of course. And trying to find those old 90s hip hop and gangster rap albums on vinyl is difficult. It's proving to be a difficult task to come up with an OG copy. The oldest one I got is that Wu-Tang Clan single, Can It All Be So Simple, from '94, an OG pressing. Outstanding. See, there's a lot of those out there, but you'll be hard pressed to find Ghostface Killah Supreme Clientele from 2000. They weren't pressing that many of them then. That needs a repress. You know, RZA, what the fuck you doing? That, Grave Diggers, you know, fucking You God's discography, Inspector Deck's discography, just the Genius, that should be being pressed every year. That fucking Liquid Swords album. Liquid Swords 2 is alright. But the first one, that's a masterpiece. That's a hip-hop masterpiece. I have the instrumental version, which is awesome, but I want the album version. You know, I mean, there's fucking assholes everywhere you go. But overall, the experiences that I've had at going to the record stores and talking with people, I haven't met too many assholes. Maybe once. There was one guy, you know, that was fucking. He didn't want to talk. He was an asshole. It happens. That's the way it goes. People are fucking jerk offs. That's the way it goes. But for the most part, that's not been the case. Now we're at the swill. A little bit more. Almost at the fucking swill. I think that we need Dwayne Peters and the Huns to be repressed. A lot of that old punk needs to be repressed right there. I'm trying to get Germs GI. Hey, good luck finding that right now. It hasn't been pressed in a couple of years. They're out there. When I first started doing this almost a year ago now, I could find it. And I'm like, oh, I'll get it when I get it. And I should have got it then, because now it's proving more difficult to find. It goes in cycles, you know. Sick of It All Yours truly needs a fucking repress. Go try to find that. You got to buy it from Germany or Austria. It costs 50 euros, which is about almost $60, plus another $30 in shipping. It's bullshit. I'm not paying that much for a record. Oh, Mr. Met, it's an OG pressing. And so fucking what? Malt liquor. It's my job to keep punk rock alive. That's what this is all about. Malt liquor. No punk rock and malt liquor this evening. Your regularly scheduled programming will return next weekend. I'm already half in the bag anyway. All right, Rusty Jux takes the fuck out of here. Rough's the motherfucking swill. Some people call it the swill. I call it the best fucking part of the whole goddamn thing. Approach the motherfucking swill.
Boy, Vic Flair floating in the Arrow vet. 26-inch Giovanni's on that 07 Jaguar XK Barrow set. Blow you like a black Giordano. See you broken in a peasant with the pockets of a pauper. I take money like a true Brooklyn, New Yorker. My bottom bitch brain game hella proper. Bust me off like she was ripping a metal chopper. Rat niggas snitching ain't itching to tell a copper. Had them pigs coming with tanks and helicopters. I'm making dollars like a microphone copter. Without an E.
Hometown Hellbillies spin vinyl hall and malt liquor. Rate, comment, subscribe, whatever the fuck you gotta do. I'm the fuck out of here. Southern Parkles 1, J Vega 419, Lil J, and Luke Bag Larry. Malt liquor!